Next up, at UFC Tampa, we got Michael Johnson taking on Ottman Azaitar. Michael Johnson, tried and true veteran, 22-19 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses, taking on Ottman Azaitar, 13-2 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5, but he is looking for his first win in 4 years. Michael Johnson, I mentioned, tried and true vet. This guy has been around forever. Incredibly tough competition slate. If you run through his fight history, you might be like, yeah, 19 losses. This guy must suck. And then you look, oh, he fought Beneil Dariush when he was good. Nate Diaz when he was good. Khabib when he was good. Justin Gaethje when he was good. He's fought everybody. And he's still here getting it done, coming off of a win. He's a talented striker. He doesn't have a ton of power, but he does have some nice footwork. He's got a positive striking differential, the occasional takedown. His takedown defense is impressive at 81%, and considering who he has fought, that is a wild number. He's old in human years. He's even older in fight years, but he did just manage to get a win back in February, taking on Ottman Azaitar. Powerful striker. He wants chaos. He wants to come forward, bomb away, get inside that pocket. If you come forward, he will plant his feet and he will fire away. If you're not coming to him, he's coming to you. He's always looking to set something up. He's got 4 fights in the UFC, 2 wins, 2 losses. He has not seen a second round yet. And you would typically want to get him to the ground, somebody like that on the feet. But he does have some pretty solid takedown defense. And he is coming off the unfortunate first round KO loss to Francisco Prado. Michael Johnson, a little under 2 years ago, had one of the worst knockouts we've seen. Just like stiff, bad knockout. And now he's 38 years old. No younger. And now he's almost a 2-1 favorite. At one point this week, he was even bigger than a 2-1 favorite. A lot of people's most confident fighter on this card, and I get it. Skill-wise, technique-wise, Michael Johnson's the better fighter here. Michael Johnson has the better career. I mean, everything other than raw power definitely tips the scale for Michael Johnson. I'm going to pick him to win for those reasons. But Ottman Azaitar is still dangerous, and I can't bet on a minus 170 favorite who's 38 years old and he's been knocked unconscious, stiff, more than one time. Can't do it. Michael Johnson is the pick, though. Sometimes you just save your money. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I'm going with the dog here just because I can't trust Michael Johnson. Although Ottman has been knocked out in back-to-back fights. That last fight, a little bit of an early stoppage there. He did get dropped by Prado. He was getting ground and pounded. Good. But Chris Tyloney, I'm pretty sure it's Chris Tyloney, literally said, "Show me you're there." And Ottman goes like this, and then went back to defending strikes, and then Chris stopped the fight. Ottman's like, "I literally showed you that I was there. Like, what the fuck did you want me to do?" So he did get knocked down, but he was a little bit still there. It wasn't a complete knockout. He got knocked out by Favola. But I think in that Favola fight, you could tell he was, and the commentary kind of talked about it as well, he couldn't really find his timing early. And if you're not finding your timing early with Favola in your face, I mean, he can land heavy shot. It's when you're outboxed is when Favola struggles. But I think the layoff, he was rusty in that fight. Against Prado, I thought he looked like a pretty good striker. He was landing some good, clean strikes that I think if he lands those same combinations, he can put down a guy like Michael Johnson. I know Michael Johnson's the better overall fighter, and if he wins this fight, it's not going to surprise me because, as we see, he's beat some unbelievable people, and he's lost a lot of good people. It always seems like he wins when he should win and loses when he should lose, and this honestly is probably one he should win, but I'm going Ottman here. I think he's showed more than people give him respect for in that Prado fight, and if they stand and bang, which I think they probably will at some point, I think Ottman's going to land the shot, but it is what it is. I'm not betting it.
Yeah, so we have different picks, but ultimately came to the same conclusion. Like, Michael Johnson's the better fighter. I think he wins because he's the better fighter. We're both very worried about his chin and his age and can't possibly spend any money on it. And that's ultimately how this goes. We have 14 fights on this card, and we have plenty of bets. $8,700 for Michael Johnson. That's a fortune in DraftKings fantasy money. That's a fortune. But if Ottman loses, well, history has told us he's going to get finished. So it's a tricky fight in general. I'm probably just going to step away from it entirely. But if you feel confident one way or another, if you are on the side of like Michael Johnson definitely smokes here, then get it. Minus 170, $8,700 in DraftKings fantasy for a guy that you're that confident in, go for it. If you want to check out the bets and the picks, go for that. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Freaking $10. And you're going to be cruising. Enjoy the holidays. Let us do the research for you. Let us put up the picks and the bets. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. $20 super chat from The Prophet. You guys are printing money for the premium members, and I am here for it. The Prophet, thank you very much. Not only is this a very generous super chat, you also used it to promote premium. I mean, what a guy.